I'm Ken Napzok, another year older, 10 years less wiser. It's going to be back in the saddle for this show. It's me talking to you about my week ahead, but I don't know. It might be a little different. We might be talking about the life behind me. And, of course, the life ahead for me. Knock on wood. I celebrated the Big 5-0. I got some pictures to prove it for the video listeners. There's some slides. And some Polaroids. My friend Adam Witt, the great Adam Witt, shows. If you invite Adam Witt to an event, he shows up with a Polaroid, and you start slapping photos. That's what it is. I like to slap some photos. What does that even mean? All right, what's the show about today? I really thought that when April struck, I'd be doing a lot of shows talking with great poignancy and wisdom about turning 50. I did a couple of them. The poignancy and wisdom is up for you to decide. Then I just kind of ran out of steam, and then I planned something for myself to throw a little bash, and that's what I had last Saturday, and had a great birthday weekend. Spent time with the wonderful Taffeta Darling, had a nice dinner at a kind of historic restaurant, and got to see an historic liquor store where Lindsey Buckingham was hired by Fleetwood Mac. You know, I had never stopped there. 27 years in L.A. The city buzzes by. You had a good weekend. A lot of wonderful people showed up, and good time had. I'll say by all, but that's an assumption. But I had a good time. My actual birthday was pretty lo-fi. Pretty lo-fi indeed. I had to run back up to get Franny, and, that was my gift to myself, to get my crazy dog and put her from the border and put her back in the house, an hour away out in the country. So I got to spend a lot of time contemplating while I was driving an hour there and an hour back to get Franny. And I think I was struck. I was like, what am I going to say on the show? What's this podcast going to be about? A Monday morning show. We're looking ahead to a new me, a new era, a new chapter. But I've had to hit the ground running. I also left town this weekend to visit my parents for a couple of days, and though I did work up there, I got behind. And you take time off, and suddenly you're behind. I took 3 days off for my birthday weekend, and I was really behind. I had a lot of work to do, a lot of things to catch up on, and blah, 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 blah. And you just kind of realize that, there's no trumpets blaring. No one stopped the world and melted with me. Well, friends did, and Taffeta did, and Franny wishes she did, but she had to be shipped away, of course. So, maybe people did stop and melt the world with me, but the world at large doesn't. And here it is, this big birthday. I mean, it's still, I haven't put my age down on a form yet. Maybe that's what it will click in. Kind of like a new year when you'd write that first check. Checks used to be how we'd give people money, kids. It was a weird paper thing, and you'd fill it out, and it kind of was a weird way you had to fill it out. You had to write it in cursive. Oh, man. Gen Alpha, checks are going to be ancient, aren't they? Oh, my God, I just had that thought. I mean, I have a checkbook, and I used to every year, the last thing I'd use my checkbook for, even just saying checkbook. Oh, this is a great ADHD sidetrack. Even just saying checkbook sends shivers down my spine of another time and another era. Not necessarily a bad one, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel ancient. Calculator, that's one of those things. But checkbook. Yeah, I'd only pay my taxes every year if I owed anything. State tax, federal, my business fee I have to pay every year. Like, that's all I did. That's all I would do. And I don't do that anymore. Bye-bye checkbook. Oh, my gosh. Sorry. But you know what I mean? The first time you'd write 2004 on the checkbook, on the next check. Then you'd be like, we're really in a new year. And we'd all make that mistake. I wrote 2003. The first time I have to go to like a demographic drop-down menu and say 50 plus or something like that, it's gonna hit me. I'm not so much worried about the 5 years away from the senior menu, because I'm down for that. I already have dinner at restaurants at 4 p.m. I've been built for that. That I'm not afraid of. That's going to be a good thing. And who doesn't want to save a little money and eat a little less eggs? I'm not afraid of the 55. But here we are in this decade, and I've been sharing that I've been okay with it all. That This hasn't bowled me over. It's definitely surreal, but I'm okay with it. But I think what I want to talk about is not some great next chapter of my life poignancy. I think I want to talk about the fact that the birthday just kind of came and went. Again, great time. Photos to prove it. But the birthday kind of came and went. I had some people ask me, "Hey, on Sunday you want to do something?" I was like, "I can't. Work related things with a comedy club. I can't be there. Sorry, it's my birthday. It's my 50th birthday. Oh, okay. Sorry. We'll find someone else. Sunday was just a day to everyone. Sunday was just the end of the weekend. April 19th, nothing to the world at large. And I think that's the lesson. All these big things that we fear and fret, understandably, and maybe with good reason, but they just happen. They just happen to you. And it's possible not to move on and move forward. This isn't about that kind of thing. Scars run deep, lessons run deep, hurt and pain runs deep, anger runs deep. I'm not talking about that, but just like all the fretting, all the thinking, all the worrying, all the surrealness of turning 50 is over. It's done. I'm 50 now. Monday morning came. The sun rose in the sky. I was lucky to be there. And that's it. See you next year at 51. And I think that's the lesson is we all face changes. I got some possible, as I've been saying for the last year, but it's very real. I am month to month sometimes on just my life, sometimes week to week. And I'm definitely where I'm at living situation for like one more month. And that's always kind of turned into, another month. But I got to kind of figure out something better for myself, something smarter for myself. And some options have emerged. One, I'm like, it doesn't seem right, but I might have to. And the other one's like, that's not as good as the other one in terms of the finances, but that's maybe where my spirit would want to go. Or I want to stay here and feed my squirrels. Let's see, work it out. Anyways, point being, I don't need to get in the nitty gritty of my life. I think I'm coming down to, what if we were to make a decision, and I'm fretting over it. I'm fretting over living situation, where to go, what to do, money to make. And I've been in that state for not just a year, 5 years, maybe my whole time in LA. But I have a lot of trepidation and a lot of, like I said, fear of maybe coming to this decision. Much like we all might have trepidations and worries and fears and confusion about turning a big age. But then it just happens. And that's all you need to worry about. It happens. And as long as you're still there and as long as you're still standing, life keeps coming at you and you press on. So with 50 behind me, some big decisions in front of me, I just have to take that with me this week, that it happens. Whether you want to or not, these decisions, these choices, these moves, these things in front of you happen. Past is prologue. And now all that, just a prologue to your next steps, your next day, your next week. I know I'm sounding like the Friends theme song. Does any of that make sense? Is anyone with me? This isn't a live show, so I don't know. You just do it. I don't want to get morbid, but I have to imagine if you have the ability to look down the barrel of death, on your deathbed. I don't want to go. Some of you out there might not want to go. Some of you might. I get it. As Bono once sang, "You one step closer to knowing," which was a song about a conversation he and Noel Gallagher had about Bono's dad passing. I got to imagine maybe that's it too. We all might fret at the end. We all might wonder what's on the other side. We have a lot of thoughts and opinions. We fought wars over what we think happens on the other side. But at the end of the day, it just happens. So can I take inspiration from death or thoughts of death? Yes, I guess I'm turning 50 and I'm thinking more about death. And I have. I've done the math too. I've shared the math with you. I've been in LA about 27, almost 28 years. It's gone in a blink of an eye. Do that again and I'm close to 80. Oh, that hurts. But even that just happens. So what do you have in your week? What do you have in your life? What do you have in your situation that you're fretting, that you're worried about? Make the right decision. Take counsel. Do what's best for you if you can. But when you do it, it will have happened. You will be on the other side. That's where you'll be. That's who you are. And that's the journey forward. So maybe worry less. Maybe just do it. I don't know. Maybe this is the thoughts of a man who turned 50 and knows less than he did when he was 49. The one thing I will say is I still feel not just young at heart and young at body. Maybe that's not true, but I still feel that there's so much left to do. These numbers are big. The pressures are real. The choices are tough. But I feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm no longer at the bottom. I'm one or two rungs up. In fact, about a month ago, I had the realization that I'm not at the bottom. I fell to the bottom. I've been feeling like I've been at the bottom for a while, but now, and I think that's real, but now I was one rung up. Now I think I'm 2 or 3 rungs up the ladder. And you're going to get to the top. And it's just going to happen. And all the fretting and all the worry. It's just prologue to the life you're still living. So there we go. I think that's it. I think that's where we're at. I think that's my foray back into a Monday morning show, getting back to the podcast routine. Still want to get back to 3 things. Blathering backstage with Steve. Casualty Talk rolls on. Force Center going strong. Put a pin in anytime with Ken and Alden on hiatus, unplanned, but doing a lot more work with Pat at Culture, Faith, and Politics. I like what I'm doing. Hopefully it adds up a little bit more. And I'm happy that you're all here. So if you're on the Patreon page, thank you. My goal is to add a little bit more value over there, but it's also just considered a donation to your third favorite radio station, me. Channel members, appreciate you on YouTube. You get this early as well. And call into the show. God damn it. Call into the Blathering. I love the regulars. I always feel weird saying this, like I'm like talking bad about, having a core group that calls in every week. No, that's what makes a great radio show. So I want to be clear about that. But I would love to have a lot of voices. So if you're out there and you're a little shy, don't worry about it. Get over it. It'll happen. Call into the show. Ask me a question. Let's continue to build what's going on here on my YouTube channel. Got some good interviews coming up in May as well. Can't wait to share all that with you. So there you go. I'm back. This was almost kind of a status update podcast. And I don't know if anything I said made sense other than here I am on the other side of 50, and it's real. And what you are about to do will be real as well. Get through it. Step forward. Let's do this together. See you next time here on a Monday Morning Show.